If I hold on to something, it's because I want it, not because I want to display it or show it to somebody else. I've got some cool stuff, I've got some cool things. I'm not a good collector. The legs feed the wolf. If they're willing to pay you what you think you're worth for it, that's why an actor goes to work. A lot of times they want to pay you a lot for a picture you don't want to do. You get burned a lot as an actor. You give some guy real free rein and he just doesn't know how to edit it properly. It just comes out messed up. My first year of pro ball, I played in the Northwest League and made the All-Star team, and the next year I led the team in hitting and was 3rd or 5th in the league. It's not easy making money as an actor. It's just not an easy thing to do. There's so many that want to do it and so few opportunities to do it that it's not as easy as it would seem. A great Pinot chases its own tail. You drink it and you just keep finding new tastes that go with it. My dream was to make a world-class Pinot and learn more about other wines as well. Every director works differently, but one thing's important: they must have a vision. If they don't have a vision, I don't care how they work. All movies are different. All movies have their own life. I'm not much on sequels. I'm not much on remakes for the most part. I don't really like or dislike them. If it hadn't been for the videocassette, I may not have had a career at all. When I was working on my career, I was very aware of what I had done, what I wanted to do next. I'm having a good time just reading things that might be interesting to do. I've never looked at my career in terms of, what haven't I done that I want to do? I just generally find a story that I think is a good one and go to work. If Quentin Tarantino is your writer-director, then you're going to learn the words and you're gonna learn why they're the words. You're gonna learn why they're the best words to say. If you have a vision, or if you believe the director has a vision, then at least you've got something to talk about, something to try and head to, and I think that's mandatory for every director to have to do a good job. I don't really look for specific types of projects anymore. I'm not taking care of a career anymore. I'm just having fun acting. Sure, I love Goldie. How could you not love Goldie? Everyone loves Goldie. I love her, and I hope our love will continue, but I don't want to give an "I love Goldie" on interview. You can always tell somebody's sense of humor by if they like this movie or not. I was brought up by two people who just said, whatever it is you're interested in, go do it. There is no winning or losing. You find out when you do it what the experience is. I was brought up as a Republican. But when I realized that at the end of the day there wasn't much difference between a Democrat and Republican, I became a libertarian. I'm a libertarian. I think a lot of people are libertarians and are afraid to admit it, or don't know. I'm a reasonable guy, but I've just experienced some very unreasonable things. When you think you're good, you will play at that level. If you doubt yourself, you will play like crap. I wasn't really serious about acting, I was serious about baseball. I know I come off differently than I think of myself. I'm always surprised by what people say about me. We all do that thing which is the best in movies, we relate. For guys playing sports at a high level, for money, I can't put my finger on it, but in a man's world of sport, there is something visceral to beating another man. I got a kick out of the stands when they would heckle me. I would take the energy from that. Acting was something that just came along. But I made good money, so it wasn't something I was just going to put aside and pretend it didn't exist. I wasn't really serious about acting, I was serious about baseball. I no longer look at my life and times in the motion picture industry as my career. I just look at it now as something I like and want to do. We are in a democratic society. It's our job to question. I do get cynical, but what can you do? It doesn't make any difference. I've never looked at my career in terms of, what haven't I done that I want to do? I just generally find a story that I think is a good one and go to work. I played professional level sports. When you're playing for money, it's a whole other level. I started playing ball when I was a kid. My dad was a pro ball player and he passed on his knowledge to me. I usually hang out on the set. I get to know everybody. I have a nice time with the other actors. I seem to have a knack for picking movies that go on to be cult favorites. If I see one side of somebody, I want to see the other side. I don't really look for specific types of projects anymore. I'm not taking care of a career anymore. I'm just having fun acting. When you first are in front of the camera as a young person, you'd be surprised at all the insecurities you can get. Society questions the police and their methods, and the police say, "Do you want the criminals off the street or not?" If it hadn't been for the videocassette, I may not have had a career at all. When you think you're good, you will play at that level. If you doubt yourself, you will play like crap. Human beings, from their own point of view, are very different than what people see. I always look forward to working with Goldie because she's a great person to work with. We all are capable of many different emotions and behaviors and thoughts and abilities, and the way we sometimes respond to something is just it could be very very different. You can one day feel this way, and the next day, feel that way.